Have you ever noticed how the one place that should feel like your safe zone, your own home, has somehow turned into a stress factory? Narcissistic abuse has a way of doing that. It doesn't just mess with your emotions, it changes the whole vibe of your space and turns what should be your refuge into a battlefield. Living with a narcissist leaves scars that run deeper than just emotional pain. The manipulation doesn't stop with your feelings. It creeps into the very atmosphere of your home. Suddenly, the clutter on the coffee table feels like a reflection of the chaos they have created in your head. Let's find out how narcissistic abuse turns your home into a tension-filled escape room you never signed up for. Number 1. Constant tension and fear in the air. Imagine coming home, and instead of feeling relaxed, you are always bracing for impact. Living with a narcissist feels like walking into a pressure cooker. Everyone is tiptoeing around, afraid that the wrong word or even a glance could set off an explosion. A mocking remark at dinner or an argument over something as ridiculous as who didn't fold the towels correctly. Everything feels like it could blow up any minute. The air is thick with tension, and you can't help but stay on high alert, constantly scanning for the next outburst. It feels less like a home and more like a war zone where you are the one dodging emotional grenades. The narcissist thrives on this tension by keeping everyone off balance and unsure of what is coming next. And forget about relaxing after a long day. You can't unwind when the smallest thing could set off a chain reaction. And peace is as mythical as a unicorn, and it feels like it is slipping further away with each passing day. Second up, disorganization and clutter everywhere. Do you ever notice how, as your emotions get more tangled up, so does your home? Living with a narcissist can make even the neatest person feel like they are drowning in clutter. It is not just physical mess, though. This is emotional chaos in 3D. The laundry piles up, dishes never seem to make it to the sink, and that junk drawer is now an entire junk room. When you are constantly drained from dealing with manipulation and emotional games, picking up the house feels like trying to swim through molasses. The mess becomes a mirror for the emotional mess going on in your head, and suddenly you are surrounded by physical proof that life under a narcissist is exhausting. Next up, your home turns into a war zone. Your home should be your safe space, right? Not when you are dealing with a narcissist. Instead, it becomes a battlefield where even the tiniest thing, like not stacking the dishwasher the right way, turns into World War III. Every conversation feels like it could flip into an argument, and they seem to pick fights over the most random things. Forgot to replace the toilet paper roll? Well, here comes the emotional ambush. And if you think these arguments are just about petty things, you are wrong. They are tactics, a way for the narcissist to keep you on your toes, to stay in control. You feel like a soldier, constantly preparing for the next attack. And before you know it, your home, your supposed retreat, is just a never-ending war zone of emotional chaos. It is not just about winning the fight. It is about making sure you always feel off balance so they can stay on top. And who needs peace at home when you can have that? Number 4. Feeling cut off from friends and family. One of the sneakiest tricks in the narcissist's playbook is how they slowly cut you off from the people who actually care about you. It starts small. For example, they make a ridiculing comment about your best friend or suggest that your family just doesn't get you. Over time, you begin to believe them, and in no time, you are canceling plans, avoiding phone calls, and relying solely on the narcissist for validation. Before you know it, your home, which was once full of life and laughter, becomes this weird little bubble of isolation. The narcissist loves this because the more isolated you are, the easier you are to control. Without your usual support network around to help you see things clearly, you start to feel trapped, like your world has shrunk down to just them. It is a massive power move, and you're left wondering why you feel so alone, even in your own home. Alright, another one is strained family relationships. Living with a narcissist doesn't just mess with your relationship with them, it throws the whole family dynamic out of whack. You know how they say one bad apple spoils the bunch? Well, the narcissist is the ultimate bad apple, and everyone around them starts to feel the strain. Kids pick up on the tension, and even become quiet or anxious, scared to say the wrong thing. Your partner will withdraw emotionally, always worried about triggering the next meltdown. Over time, this becomes the new normal. Everyone is walking on eggshells just to avoid the narcissist's unpredictable moods. What used to be a happy, open household turns into a weird game of emotional Jenga, where everyone is just trying to keep the tower from toppling. It is exhausting, and the longer it goes on, the harder it is to remember what a healthy family dynamic even looks like. Next, never feeling truly relaxed. You know that feeling when you get home after a long day, kick off your shoes, and just relax? Yeah, that doesn't exist when you are living with a narcissist. Even when things seem calm, there is always this nagging feeling that it could all go south at any second. It is like waiting for the other shoe to drop, but you have no idea when, where, or how hard it is going to hit. Instead of feeling relaxed, you are stuck in a state of constant alertness. Every noise, every glance, every sigh feels like it could lead to another round of criticism or drama. You are always mentally preparing for the next blow-up, even if it is over something as small as forgetting to buy milk. And that keeps you in a permanent state of stress, which makes it impossible to truly unwind. It is like living in a haunted house, but instead of ghosts, you are dodging mood swings and emotional ambushes. Fun times, right? Wrong. Seventh up is pulling away emotionally to avoid arguments. When you are living with a narcissist, you quickly learn that silence is sometimes your best defense. It is like going into survival mode. You start to keep your thoughts and feelings locked up tight, figuring it is easier to just say nothing than to deal with the inevitable drama that comes with speaking your mind. Emotional walls go up, and you retreat behind them with the hope to avoid another explosion or manipulation. While this helps you dodge a fight in the moment, it comes at a cost. The more you withdraw, the more disconnected you feel, not just from the narcissist, but from everyone else too. You are no longer just avoiding conflict. You are actually cutting yourself off from emotional support, and it is lonely as hell. Silence feels safe, but it also deepens that sense of isolation. All of this turns your home into an emotional fortress where you are stuck in your own head. Next one is unpredictable and uneasy atmosphere. Living with a narcissist is like playing an endless game of the floor is lava. One minute, everything is fine. They are charming, calm, even pleasant. The next minute, boom, they are furious, criticizing everything from how you breathe to how you make toast. The ground is constantly shifting beneath your feet, and you never know when it is going to give out. This unpredictability keeps you and everyone in the house walking on eggshells. 1 second, you are having a peaceful dinner, and the next, you are in the middle of a full-blown argument because the salt shaker wasn't on the table. Narcissists love this chaos because it keeps them in control. They are the only constant in a world where everything else feels unstable. Over time, this roller coaster of emotions makes home life feel less like a haven and more like a ticking time bomb. You never know when it is going to go off. And number 9 is constant manipulation in your daily life. Living with a narcissist means constantly being on edge, never knowing what is coming next. They control the atmosphere, steering conversations, decisions, and even your moods to suit their needs. It is not just about big moments. They find ways to influence the smallest aspects of your day, from how you talk to what you do. They make sure everything revolves around them. As time passes by, your home turns into the stage for these daily manipulations. You start questioning yourself and wondering if you are overreacting, imagining things, or losing your grip on reality. It is all part of their plan to keep you off balance, always trying to win back their favor. Every room in the house becomes a battleground for their control tactics, and soon there is no corner untouched by their need to dominate. It is emotional manipulation on a 24/7 schedule, and you are left spinning in circles. Number 10, developing unhealthy habits from stress. Living with a narcissist also takes a toll on your body. The constant stress drains you, and before you know it, you're eating junk food for comfort, skipping workouts, or lying awake at night with insomnia because your brain just won't shut off. It is like you are running on fumes, and self-care, that is a distant memory. Eventually, the stress starts showing up in your home too. The laundry piles up, dishes don't get done, and everything feels neglected. Your space becomes a reflection of how you feel inside, tired, overwhelmed, and just barely holding it together. The mess, clutter, and general chaos around the house match the chaos going on in your head. And the narcissist? They are doing nothing to help because a stressed, worn-out you is much easier for them to control. And finally, always feeling anxious about being home. Here's the worst part. Your home, the place that is supposed to be your safe haven, starts to feel like a prison of anxiety. Instead of feeling relief when you walk through the door, you feel a sinking dread. You are always on edge and thinking, if today is the day the narcissist picks a fight, criticizes you, or pulls another one of their manipulative stunts, every little thing becomes a potential trigger, and you are left waiting for the next blow-up. This constant fear seeps into everything. You can't relax, can't enjoy your space, and can't shake the feeling that something bad is about to happen. It is like living in a house with a ticking time bomb, except the bomb is emotional and you are the one always getting hit. Peace? Yeah, that is long gone. Your home has become a place of dread, not comfort, a place you would rather escape than come back to. Narcissistic abuse turns your home from a cozy place into a place of stress, chaos, and constant tension. And before you know it, the place where you should feel safest becomes a source of anxiety, affecting everything from your relationships to your daily routines. Spotting these signs is the first step toward taking back control, reclaiming your space, and making it a peaceful home again. If this hits close to home, pun intended, don't forget to leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this one, subscribe to always be the first to know when a new video is up. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.